Lady Esther presents the Screen Guild Players. The Lady Esther Screen Guild play tonight, So This Is Washington. The starring players...
This is Lum.
And this is Abner.
This is Jimmy Gleason.
Tonight, Lady Esther presents the Screen Guild Players in another delightful yarn about two lovable old codgers you all know. The Lady Esther Screen Guild Players present Lum and Abner and Jimmy Gleason in RKO Pictures, So This Is Washington. It's late evening in Pine Ridge. Well, it's about 8:30, and in Pine Ridge, that's late. The town is blanketed in darkness now, all except the feed room of the Jot 'em Down store, where Abner Peabody is busily working with a No. 3 junior Misto chemistry set. His partner, Lum Edwards, attracted by the light, stands in the doorway.
And they hold it
Goodness sakes,
away.
Abner, what are you doing here this time of the night?
Huh? Oh, well, howdy, Lum.
Well, what are you cooking there? Smells terrible.
Oh, it's just some chemicals, Lum. See, I've decided to become a great chemist.
Chemist? I thought I told you to quit monkeying around with that junk.
Well, I'm just now getting good at it, Lum. See, I'm inventing a lot of stuff here that we can sell in the Jot 'em Down store.
If it smells as bad as that junk, nobody could get close enough to it to buy any of it.
Well, it ain't all like that. See, I've had good luck with my new beautifying mud pack.
Mud pack.
Yeah, you know what, Lum? I slapped a pack on my woman Elizabeth's face a couple of days ago. You know, it's supposed to make her skin nice and smooth.
Yeah, well, did it help her any?
Well, I don't know, Lum. She looks so much better with the pack on, I just hate to take it off.
Well, I don't believe we'll ever sell many of them things. What else have you invented?
Well, I was working on some invisible ink, but then I give that up, sort of.
Well, give it up. What for? That sounds a little more sensible.
Well, see, long as it's invisible, Lum, I never could tell when I was done making it.
Oh. Hey, that's right. I never thought about that. Be a big waste, too. When you're filling the bottles with it, you couldn't tell when they's full, and you spill a lot of it.
Why, sure. I might drown in this stuff and never even know it.
Yeah, I'm glad you give that up.
Yeah.
But what's that awful stuff you're boiling on the stove there in the stew kettle?
Oh, that's just, say, that reminds me. Lum, will you pick up that kettle for me there?
Well, I'd be glad to get that junk off the stove.
Here, you better use them towels, Lum. That's hot. Yeah, that's it.
Granny, that smells awful. Yeah, what do you want me to do with it?
Just shake it. That's it. Shake it a little harder now.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's a relief.
What do you mean? Really?
I'd have feared it might explode. That's dynamite.
Dynamite?
Yeah,
Abner, take that stuff and throw it out of here before it blows us all to pieces.
Throw it out? I wouldn't touch that kettle for $10,000.
Abner, you've just got to give up this silly chemistry junk. It's too dangerous.
Why, Doggis, wait a minute. What's the matter with me? That weren't my dynamite. I wondered why it never blowed you up.
Thought you's a failure, huh?
Oh, I was awful disappointed. That's my new licorice candy.
Licorice candy?
Yeah, I never can tell them two apart. Well, that dynamite is a little bit sweeter, I believe. Now, there's something you can't complain about, Lum. I've been selling that licorice for 2 or 3 days now.
Wait a minute. Is that the licorice we've got up there in the candy case?
Why, sure.
Well, that stuff's no good.
Well, folks has been buying it, ain't they?
Yeah, but not to eat.
Huh?
Cedric's been using it to patch his automobile tires with.
Oh, yeah.
Grandpappy Spears made himself some sleeve garters out of it.
Yeah, they're good uns, too.
The young'uns has been using them for slingshots.
Yeah, one of them young'uns shot Miss Johnson right between the back porch and the smokehouse there.
Grannies, wait a minute. Did you actually make that stuff, Abner?
Yeah, see, I just took some sweet gum and then
Well, don't tell me. Don't tell that to nobody.
Huh?
From now on, that formula is a military secret.
Huh?
You get right home and pack your valise.
My valise?
Me and you are going to take that stuff right direct to Washington, to Mr. Marshall.
Marshall? Who's he?
He's head of the Civilian Aid in the War Effort, Incorporated.
He is?
Yes, sir. That's one of the things he's looking for.
Oh, now, Lom. No feller in Washington's got time to sit around there chewing on licorice candy.
This ain't licorice. It ain't licorice, I tell you.
Huh?
No, you've made something else here.
I have? Well, good for me. Hooray, hooray. I knowed I'd do it. I know. What is it?
You've invented synthetics rubber.
Welcome to Washington, gentlemen, and welcome to our hotel. And, can I do anything for you?
Well, all we want's a room.
Why, certainly. I can give you a nice, large, beautiful room the day after the war is over.
Good. We'll just sit in these chairs and wait.
Those chairs? Do you have a reservation?
No, nothing fancy, mister. All we want's a room.
Well, now, I might just possibly have something. Step right over here to the elevator, please.
Yeah, we don't need too big a room. Just a couple of beds.
Just a moment, please. Oh, sorry to disturb you, Senator. Too bad, gentlemen. The elevator's taken.
Look here, mister. All we want is just a room.
Just a moment, gentlemen. I was just phoning upstairs to see about one. A fellow died in 712.
Good.
Hello? Room 712? Is that room available now? Oh, I see.
You mean we got here in time?
You're just 10 seconds too late. The undertaker beat you to it.
I just can't walk no further. I'm all stove up from sleeping on that dadgum park bench.
Well, just hold out for a couple of more steps. Mr. Marshall's office is on this floor.
Oh, I'm tired to death.
Yeah, we'll run in and see him, and then we can go back to Pine Ridge and get some sleep. Hurry up.
I'm coming. Here, want another banana?
Oh, for pity's sakes, Abner, stop eating them bananas. Body'd think you's from the country.
Well, we've got to eat something. We ain't been able to get no lunchroom around here.
Wait a minute. Here's his office. Now let me do all the talking.
Look, miss, I've got to see Mr. Marshall.
I've been in Washington 2 weeks now. I've got a great invention here.
And I've got a wife, and I got to get back home.
Gentlemen, please. Mr. Marshall will see you all, but you'll have to wait your turn.
Excuse me, ma'am, but I'm Lum Edwards, and this here's Abner Peabody, and we've got
I'll take your names. You'll have to wait like the others.
My invention can't wait. Look, you just pull this other string, and the parachute stops and shoots back up in the air.
I know. You've explained that 100 times.
Mine really is urgent, miss. The Army needs it. Elephant tablets.
Elephant tablets? You mean it makes a soldier big as an elephant?
Oh, no. It gives him the memory of an elephant. Never forgets a thing. Harmless, too. I take 'em myself.
Pennies, don't they have no peculiar effect on you?
Oh, none at all. Say, anybody got any peanuts?
I never heard so many wild-ideas in my life. We might as well be listening to the Senate.
Yeah, well, come on, let's go. I'll say anything for a laugh. Oh, me Lum, I'm just plumb wore out. Don't look like we're ever going to see Mr. Marshall or find a place to sleep in either one. I'll bet the only vacant room in town is Eleanor's.
No. We're lucky to find an empty park bench again, though. And you know, I wouldn't have missed this trip for nothing, Abner. Every citizen ought to see the Capitol here, you know it?
Want a banana?
No. Take that Lincoln Memorial statue. Now, there's the inspiringest one thing I ever seen in my life. That the government of the people, by the people, for the people shall not perish from the earth.
Did he get that from Charles Lawton?
And over there's something else inspiring. Washington's monument.
Where?
Right over yonder. Just look at that.
Huh. Oh, good. I never knowed he looked that way. No wonder he had to wear a three-cornered hat with a pointed head like that.
No, that ain't a statue of him. That's a monument to him.
He could have cut down that cherry tree with his shoulder blades.
Abner, I'm trying to tell you that ain't no statue.
Dog Islam, I know why it don't look like him. They got it upside down.
All right. Let it go.
You know what they done? They sharpened that thing and then drove the wrong end in the ground. Sure to work.
Just forget all about it. You know, Abner, I sure enjoyed watching the Senate at work today. They said some awfully important stuff there while we was there.
Exactly what did they say, Lum? I never did figure out what they was talking about.
Oh, couldn't you follow that?
I believe I jumped the track there somewhere.
They was appointing an investigating committee.
What's the committee supposed to investigate?
They're supposed to investigate the investigating committee they appointed the day before.
Well, what was the first committee supposed to investigate?
Well, that's what the second committee's supposed to find out.
I think there's room on this bench here, Senator.
Yes, Congressman. You don't mind, gentlemen?
No. Go ahead. Sit down. Have a banana, Senator?
Abner.
No, thank you.
I never know.
Congressman, as I was saying, I want to do something about the situation in our state. But I'm helpless.
You say the soil is completely arid?
What wasn't blown away in 38 is now parched by last year's drought. And still my bill for reclamation gets nowhere. I'm at my wit's end.
I sympathize with you, Senator. I know exactly how you feel.
They tell me if I could find a cheap way of having it done...
I know a cheap way. Worms will do it.
I beg your pardon. Were you talking to me?
Yeah, I said if you had worms.
If I had...
Oh, he don't mean you personal. He means the soil. See, worms makes the ground just fine for growing things in.
You mean earthworms?
Why, sure. There's a special kind you can get. Now, we had a drought one year in Pine Ridge, and them worms practical saved our lives. Recollect that?
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, Alf Potter's still raising them out there on his place.
And they ain't expensive, neither. Alf will sell you a bucket full for $25.
Yes, but gentlemen, I have an entire state to cover.
Well, you'll need more than one bucket, then.
I'm afraid it would run into too much money.
No, it wouldn't. They're fast breeding, them worms there.
Oh, yeah, you get a mama and papa worm, and before you can say Robinson Crusoe,
no need to go into details.
Gentlemen, this is splendid, splendid.
Hi, George, wait a minute. Maybe you men can help me with my problem, too. Now, my state...
Good afternoon. This is your Washington reporter with another interesting lead story for today. In the past week, two startling new personalities have made a terrific impression on this town. Two kindly old gentlemen from an unknown hill town in Arkansas have become a sort of dual oracle, consulted by some of the capital's best minds. Ministers without portfolio, they sit on a park bench, eat bananas, and dispense their advice to all who seek it. And believe me, a lot of that advice makes sense. As this reporter predicted, Mr. Marshall's Civilian Aid in the War Effort Incorporated continues to be a complete dud. Rather than uncovering any war-shortening inventions, Marshall has succeeded only in turning his office into a rendezvous for a gang of lunatics who...
There he goes, taking another crack at me. Miss Jones, I'm going to sue that man for libel.
On what grounds, Mr. Marshall? You know our outer office is jammed with people who are a little...
I know. I'd hoped to make this a clearinghouse for good, sound, scientific ideas, but so far... Well, frankly, I don't know where to turn now.
Well, there's those two park bench sages, Lum Edwards and Abner Peabody.
What? A man like me to go to men like them? Miss Jones, when I go and ask their advice, you can rest assured it'll be a long day.
Yeah, sorry, folks. That's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
But, gentlemen, I'm next in line.
I'm sorry, mister. This is our short day.
Yeah, we always knock off early on Wednesday.
You see, we got to have some time to tend to what we come to Washington for in the first place. Come on, Abner.
But, gentlemen, this will only take a moment.
Sorry. We've got to get over to that funny-looking building over there to see a certain feller.
The Octagon Building? I'm going there, too. We can talk as we walk.
Well, we'd rather you wouldn't follow us, because what we want to see this feller is about is sort of a military secret. By the way, Abner, have you still got the synthetics R-U-B-E-R with you?
Yeah, right here in this B-O-K-S box.
No, gentlemen, if you just let me state my problem.
Not now. No, that Marshall's a hard man to catch, and we don't want to miss him today.
Marshall? Did you say Marshall?
P.W.
Why, that's me. I'm P.W. Marshall.
Huh? Grannies, wait a minute. Put her there, Mr. Marshall. We got to get into the huddle.
You mean you're going to listen to me?
Well, not exactly. You're going to listen to us.
As the curtain falls on Act One of the Lady Esther Screen Guild Players, the spotlight turns to you. Do you shrink from the glare of bright lights? Do you lose confidence when eyes are close? For new assurance you've never known before, listen to this message from Lady Esther.
Often it's just some one little thing about your appearance that makes the difference between lack of confidence in yourself and complete poise and assurance. For example, you may have a dry, rough skin on which face powder looks all ruffled up and flaky. Well, that can disturb your entire personality, and just when you want to be at your best. So here's what I'd like you to do before powdering. It will make a wonderful change in your appearance, and it will give you a marvelous new feeling of confidence in yourself. Just rub a little Lady Esther face cream on your skin, and then wipe it off, gently but completely. You see, Lady Esther face cream loosens the dry, clinging particles of skin nature is trying to throw off. And when you wipe off the cream, along with it come all those rough little flakes, leaving only the new, young skin, which is smooth as velvet. And on this new skin, your powder takes on a fresh, vibrant look, a clear, translucent look. Now, if you want proof of all this, make the Lady Esther patch test. Just rub a little Lady Esther face cream on one patch of skin like one cheek. Wipe it off, and apply your powder. Then compare that side of the face with the other. Feel the difference with your fingers, and see the difference in your mirror. The patch test takes only 30 seconds, half a minute. But it tells more in that half a minute than I could say in an hour. You can still make the Lady Esther patch test tonight. So go to your drugstore if you possibly can, and get a jar of Lady Esther four-purpose face cream.
And now, Lady Esther presents the second act of our delightful comedy, So This Is Washington, with Lum and Abner in their usual characters, and Jimmy Gleason as Mr. Marshall. Well, it doesn't take long for Lum and Abner to show Mr. Marshall what they've got. Marshall is pretty excited over uncovering something as important as a new synthetic rubber, and he sees this as an opportunity to vindicate himself in the eyes of the press. Consequently, he has assembled a group of news reporters, along with government and war officials, to witness Abner's demonstration.
Well, I believe they're about ready for you, Abner. You sure you can recollect how to cook up that rubber now?
Why, sure. That just takes some sweet gum.
Hey, Shep, now don't tell that formula to nobody, not even me. Recollect, this is war.
Oh, excuse me.
And for pity's sakes, don't start eating another banana now, right in front of all these important people.
I can't help it. I'm hungry in front or in back of them.
Well, put it down. We don't want these folks to think you're backwoodsy. Oh, don't lay it there.
Well, you said...
Never mind. Mr. Marshall's signaling for you.
All right, Mr. Peabody, right over here, please.
Get up, Abner, and try to act dignified.
Yeah. Well, here I go.
Yeah, watch out where you're stepping.
Oh, my goodness. Are you hurt, Mr. Peabody?
Dad, blame it, I told him not to put that banana on the floor. Abner, you idiot, get up. Abner? Granny's, he's unconscious.
Miss Jones, call a doctor, quick.
Doctor, is he going to be all right?
Yes, I think so. He struck his head a good blow, but there's no sign of fracture.
Oh.
Probably not even a serious concussion.
Oh.
Wait, I think he's coming to now. Can you hear me?
I want to put it on there in the window there.
Can you hear me, sir?
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure, I can hear you.
How do you feel, Abner?
Oh, I'm fine.
That's good. Well, I reckon we can get ahead with it.
Get ahead with what?
Oh, you know, sir. The rubber demonstration. We're waiting to see the synthetic rubber mixed.
Mixing synthetic rubber?
Well, of course.
Hey, Doggy, that sounds right interesting. I'd like to see that myself.
Now, listen here, Abner.
Say, who is this backwoodsy old varmint here anyway?
Who is he? Why, that's Lum, Abner.
Lum Abner? Dog, it's such a name. If I had a name
Now,
like that.
listen. Will you stop acting smart? We're waiting for the rubber demonstrate.
Well, so am I. And if you'll just shut up, maybe we can see it. All right, come on, let's get started. I ain't going to wait all day for this, you know.
Abner, what in the world's the matter with you?
I think I know. Amnesia.
Amnesia?
Gentlemen, I'll have to check him very carefully. I think you'd better wait outside.
Fine thing. To have synthetic rubber in the palm of my hand and not know how it's made.
I knowed Abner was going to get in trouble with them bananas sooner or later.
You're the one I'm blaming, not letting him tell you his formula. Sheer stupidity.
Well, I figured it was a military secret. Poor Abner. I sure wish that doctor'd get done with him in there.
Oh, here they come now.
Yeah, I told you, Doc. I told you I was in perfect conditions. Yes, sir, you can put me right in 1A right now. And I won't consider joining nothing except the Marines, neither.
Abner.
Or if they're filled up, I would join the paratroopers, I reckon.
Abner.
What's this feller calling me Abner for? That ain't my name.
What is your name, sir?
Why, it's Buster V. Davenport.
Buster V. Davenport?
Yep, that's me, kid, right here.
For the land's sakes, where did you ever get
Got
a
my
name?
initials right here on my underpants. Look, read them yourself. Right there. BVD. Come on now, let's get ahead of signing me up here. Dog, you can't make it too quick for me. I want to get in here. I come all the way from Paris, France, just to do my bit, boy.
Paris, France? Where'd you ever get that idea?
Who is this feller that keeps picking on me? I said Paris. Got it wrote down right on my garters. Doctor seen it, didn't you, Doc?
Yes, I did. Look, I have to confer with my colleagues here. Would you mind waiting in the other office?
No. Talk to your colleagues all you want to. I might write a postcard to my relays back in France while I'm gone.
Doc, is there anything we can do?
Well, there's a drastic measure that's been known to work. He lost his memory from a blow on the head. Another blow in the same locality.
I don't like that. Could kill him. And that's sort of serious.
Yes, it is.
Look, man, I don't care how, but you've got to bring his memory back. This rubber formula is vital to the nation.
Well, familiar sights and faces might do the trick. I suggest you take him back to his hometown.
Well, how about it, Abner? You're back home again. These are all your old Pine Ridge friends. Don't you recognize any of them?
That's a homeless-looking bunch of yard dogs I ever seen. Say, what are we looking for anyway? A Japanese spy?
Well, not exactly.
They don't look like no Japanese spies to me, none of them. Doggies, wait a minute. Just a minute. There's your spy. There's a face I wouldn't trust nowhere.
Well, Abner, you idiot, you're looking in the mirror.
Nice-looking feller.
Doc, can I talk to you and Mr. Marshall a minute?
Why, of course.
We can step into the back room here.
Look here, Doctor. What'll we do?
Well, the other methods haven't worked, Mr. Marshall. I'm afraid we must resort to that last desperate chance.
No, sir. Abner ain't going to be whopped on the head, I'll tell you that. I'd rather they stay the way he is than have that happen to him.
But I tell you, it's your patriotic duty.
You mean I'd be patriotic?
Don't you understand? It's a national crisis. The country's crying for rubber.
Well, when you put it that way, Mr. Marshall, I've got an old croquet mallet back here.
Lum, you mean you will?
Well, I'm the best friend he's got in the world. If anybody's going to whop him, I'm the one to do it.
Now, look here, man. I ain't got no time to argue. All I want to do is get inducted here. What do you fellers want to see me about, anyway?
Why, now, we just want you to sit at this table and look at this seed catalog, that's all.
That's all.
Oh, say, you dropped your croquet mallet there. Here, I'll get it for you. There.
Much obliged.
Oh, not at all.
Now, what I'm going to do, Abner, is, ask you some questions. Sort of an intelligence test so you can be inducted.
Oh, well, good. Good for me. Here, what are you standing back of me for?
Well, see, I know the answers, you see, and if I stand out in front there, I might give you a hint accidental, and that'd be cheating.
Oh, yeah, well, I don't want to cheat. No, sir. Hell, let's get started.
Yes, let's get started.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. Give me a good hard one. Well, go on, let me have it.
Abner, this is hurting me worse than it's going to hurt you.
All right, Dogies, will you quit calling me Abner? Who is this Abner feller, anyway?
Best friend I ever had. The finer feller never drawed breath.
Reckon he didn't have no faults at all, huh?
Well, some, I reckon. There was a time he might and I married me to the widow Abernathy. He knowed I despised her. Never liked her neither, as far as that goes.
That's just about the kind of a trick I figured he'd pull, the varmint.
Well, I don't think he really done it on purpose. Abner ain't the kind to go...
Bound ye did, too. I know the type, that snake in the weeds.
Now, wait a minute. You got him wrong.
How many young'uns has the widow got for you to support?
Listen, I ain't married to her. I never was married.
Separated, huh? How much alimonies is this Abner making you pay to her?
I ain't paying no alimonies to her.
Oh, Abner's taking it all. He even cheats poor old widow women. They ought to tar and feather him.
He ain't taking no. He's a fine, good man.
He's a low-down,
Now,
underhanded
fellas, let's not quarrel.
Keep out of this, Marshal. You little varmint. You say another word again, Abner, and I'll
what?
I'll whack you right on the head with this... Excuse me, Mr. Marshal. I never meant to hit you. I was aiming to whop this little critter right here. Oh, Abner, I'm sorry. I didn't really mean to. It slipped. Abner, say something.
Hey, what are we doing back home here, Lum?
Abner, you call me Lum.
Why, natural. That's what I've always called you.
You've got your memory back. Can you recollect the formula now for your synthetics rubber?
Why, of course I can. I ain't never forgot it.
Grannies, we're saved. The country's saved. You hear that, Mr. Marshal? Mr. Marshal. You look sort of peculiar. Are you all right, Mr. Marshal?
Marshal?
Why, yes. Ain't that your name?
No, sir. I'm Buster V. Davenport of Paris, France.
Thank you, Lum and Abner and Jimmy Gleason, for a most amusing half hour.
Now, Mr. Bradley, don't carry on about that. Me and Abner's glad to be here.
Why?
And Mr. Gleason, too.
Why, sure. Everybody knows about the wonderful work being done by the Motion Picture Relief Fund at its country house. This radio program helps to carry on that work, and we think it's an honor to participate.
And may I add that goes for Jimmy Gleason, too?
Thank you all again. Now, before we tell you about next week's Lady Esther Screen Guild program, here's a word from one of America's best-known beauty authorities, Lady Esther.
Seeing is believing. That's why I want you to see with your own eyes exactly what happens when you apply Lady Esther Four-Purpose Face Cream. I want you to take half a minute to prove how much fresher and lovelier your skin will look than it's ever looked before. You can make my simple test in the time you count 30. Just rub Lady Esther Face Cream on one cheek, then wipe it off, and run your fingers over that cheek. Feel the difference. Feel how smooth and silky it is to your touch. Now powder that cheek and see the difference. See how the dull, drab look is gone. How your skin has taken on new life, new beauty. You see, Lady Esther Face Cream does all these 4 things. 1, it thoroughly cleans your skin. 2, it softens your skin. 3, it helps nature refine the pores. And 4, it leaves a smooth, perfect base for powder. Remember, you can prove all this in just 30 seconds, half a minute, with the patch test. So get a jar of Lady Esther Four-Purpose Face Cream and make the patch test at your very first opportunity.
Next week, the Lady Esther Screen Guild players will present Next Time We Love. It will star Robert Cummings and Joan Fontaine. Be sure to listen. Lum and Abner can be heard on their own radio program for Alka-Seltzer Monday through Thursdays over another network. Jimmy Gleason is currently making the Paramount picture The Well-Groomed Bride. So This Is Washington is a Jack William Boshin production, released through RKO Radio Pictures. Music on tonight's program was arranged and conducted by Wilbur Hatch. Thank you. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System. Lady Esther presents the Screen Guild Players. The Lady Esther Screen Guild play tonight, Next Time We Love. The starring players.
This is Joan Fontaine.
And this is Robert Cummings.
Tonight, Lady Esther presents the Screen Guild Players in Universal Pictures' tender love story, Next Time We Love. It stars Robert Cummings as Chris Tyler and Joan Fontaine as Cicely. The Lady Esther Screen Guild Players in Next Time We Love. The time is 1934, and Chris and Cicely are very young. Chris is a cub reporter in New York, and Cicely is just a college girl with aspirations for the stage. They've had a wonderful time through the midwinter vacation. But now it's time for Cicely to go back to school. And like it or not, they've got to say goodbye.
Chris, he sounds like a judge pronouncing sentence. It's rather awful, isn't it?
Oh, don't, Cicely.
Oh, I know. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Whoever said that?
Oh, Juliet or somebody. I don't
Oh, a
know.
lot she knew.
Oh, I wish you didn't have to go back to college.
Well, it'll only be a year.
A year and a half almost.
Oh, darling, we've got to be sensible. We simply can't afford to be married now. We agreed on that.
Yeah, sure.
And you shouldn't be tied down. You're going to be a writer, and you must have experience and something to write about.
Yeah, maybe I should join the FBI. Oh, Cicely, we've said all these things so many times.
Yes, I know we have. Oh, Chris!
Oh, darling, I can't let you go. I can't.
Oh, kiss me again once more.
It'll be awful without you.
Oh, I'll die up there alone.
Oh, Cicely, what would happen if... I mean...
Chris!
What would happen if you didn't take this train?
Oh, I don't know, darling. Let's find out.
Gee, can't seem to get this key in the lock. Anyone would think I was nervous, huh?
Chris, did you see the look on that cab driver's face? Suspicion?
Oh, it was envy.
Oh, the darkest
Oh,
suspicion.
the wildest
Suspicion.
envy. Oh, there we are. Well, how do you like my place?
Oh, Chris, it's darling.
It's in the back, of course, but on a clear day you can see right across the alley.
Well, I can smell the river and almost see the ships, and, oh, well, anyway, it's yours.
Well, you might take off your coat, you know. I wouldn't take it too seriously if you did. I mean, here, let me help you. Oh,
Thanks.
Cicely. Gosh, you're shaking.
No, I'm not. I'm just...
Oh, darling. Darling, say you're glad and I'll be glad, or say you're sorry and I'll put you right back on the next train to college.
Oh, Chris, I can't be very sensible when you're so close, and I'm so happy, and, well, one of us has to be. Sit down.
Where?
Anywhere, just not too near.
Oh, well, let's do.
Chris, just because I didn't take that train, I don't want you to think, well, I mean, it isn't necessary.
Well, think what?
Well, we agreed that a girl has as much right to live her own life as a man,
Oh,
and
Cicely,
that all the old Victorian notions about men and women have been discarded within the limits of good taste, of course, so long as two people really love each other.
Yes, I know, but,
And,
honey...
of course, I know you just want to protect someone younger and weaker and smaller than yourself, and besides, well, I'm 20, going on 21, and I want my career just as much as you want yours, and you love me and I love you.
Cicely. Say, are you trying to tell me that I don't have to marry you?
Oh, I'm trying to be sensible.
Oh, my darling. Cicely,
Hey, Chris, you home?
Oh, Tommy? Come in, you lunkhead.
I just dropped in to say... Oh, sorry, I didn't know you had...
Hey, come back, dear. Come on. What's the idea?
Well, you know, I always heard that two's a romance and three's a movie plot.
Cicely, meet Tommy Abbott.
Hiya.
He lives downstairs in front. He's in the theater business, and he's also crazy.
Oh, well, that's libelous.
But true.
Say, Tommy, have you got a pair of striped pants?
Sure, wore 'em once to a costume ball.
Then what do you think? You can be a witness at our wedding.
Wedding?
Well, in striped pants, he should really be our best man.
Can a best man say this is so sudden?
No, even I didn't have a chance to say that.
Well, come on, what are we waiting for? Let's get going.
Impetuous, isn't it?
Impetuous, nothing. I've got to get back to my paper. From here on in, that job's more important than ever. And the world is wondering what Hitler's next move will be. Gosh, what a story. What a story.
Chris!
Oh, hello, darling.
Oh, Chris, I've got it. I got my first part in Mr. Jennings' play. Tommy did it.
Oh, a good part?
Oh, well, only a maid, but it's a start. Oh, isn't it wonderful?
Oh, great, great. Say, I want to hear
it.
Gee, I'm sorry.
Well, it wasn't anything. Go ahead.
Oh, I just finished that Sunday story on Hitler.
Oh, swell. Well, let me hear it.
Yeah. Like a dark cloud on the far horizon, whose coming may mean a healing rain or a ravaging typhoon, the rise of the Nazi Party in Germany...
Oh, well, that's grand.
Really? You don't think it's a little purple, huh?
Oh, no. Chris, dear, would you mind reading me my cues? I want to be sure of them for tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, certainly.
Well, here, take the script. I know most of the line. Page 5.
Yeah, here it is. All right, ready? Oh, bell. Brr.
Yes, Mr. Cranton?
Feeling everything was going to be... And a little buttered toast.
Yes, sir. Mr. Cranton, I hope you won't mind my saying this, but, well,
Ahead, my child.
I want you to know I'm terribly sorry. And if there's anything I can do to help, anything at all.
Look, Cicely, darling, that last line is...
what about it?
Well, I don't think you meant anything for him. I mean, you see, honey, when you say anything at all that way, it sounds as if, well...
Well, that's the way I read it from Mr. Jennings, exactly like that.
Yeah, I know, but, honey, after all, you're just playing a maid. You don't have to get so emotional.
I'm not emotional.
Yeah, I'm sorry, darling. I didn't think you'd mind a little honest criticism.
Well, I don't, but you wouldn't like it if I made fun of your story.
Well, but,
the
honey...
trouble with you is you're only thinking of your own...
Cicely. Now, then.
Oh, Chris, I'm such a good... Oh, kiss me quick. Darling, I'm so ashamed of myself. It's all so exciting for me, and, well, I don't know why I'm taking myself so serious.
Well, gosh, I don't know who asked me to direct you either. Come on. Suppose you let me hear the rest of that scene.
Well, if you let me read the rest of your story, and if you'll kiss me first. Again. Oh, again.
Gee, at this rate, we'll never get to your scene.
Well, at this rate, it doesn't seem to matter.
On stage, everybody. 1 minute to curtain. On stage, please.
Cicely, wait.
Chris, how did you get backstage?
Oh, I bribed the doorman. Listen, darling.
Well, hurry, Chris. I go on in a minute.
Wait a minute. Cicely, it's come. My big opportunity. The paper's sending me to Europe. Foreign correspondent. Sail on Tuesday.
Sail? Sail where?
To Rome. Rome, darling, and you're going along. Cicely, there's still time if you want to change your mind. If you want to come along...
Please don't ask me, Chris. I can't. I couldn't quit the play.
No. Anyway, we've been all through that, I guess. Well, there it is, honey.
Oh, Chris, darling, it's absurd. It's been said 10,000 times, but say it again to me. Oh, say you love me all your life.
I'll love you all my life, Cicely. When you're 99 and I'm 101.
Hey, you kids, break out of that clinch or we'll all be sailing.
Tommy, take good care of her, will you?
I will. Good luck, Chris. Come on, Cicely. We'll have to run for it.
There he goes, Tommy. The big chance.
Whose big chance? His or yours? Whose career you're thinking of, Cicely?
Not a question of careers.
Oh, I can't quite believe you just didn't want to go with Chris. Am I being fresh?
No, Tommy, I don't think I'd be much help in Rome. I were more or less sick for months, and he had to worry about doctors, and, well, we could get pasteurized milk for the baby.
Well, I suppose you have to... Baby? Does Chris know?
Of course not. And he won't know either. Not until it's all over.
I just don't get it, Grayson. Chris has done a bang-up job for us in Rome. Why should he suddenly pick up and leave without permission?
As Cable said, it was a matter of life and death.
Oh, that's no excuse.
His boat docks on Thursday. Mr. Carteret, I'm sure he'll have some explanation.
I'm sure I have no desire to hear it. Hey, Miss Williams, I want to send a radiogram. Christopher Tyler, SS Savoy at sea. Leaving post during crucial political situation inexcusable. You are dismissed as of this date. Signed, Frank Carteret.
Cicely, you crazy kid, not letting me know until the last minute. Gee, darling, was it so awful for you?
Mm-mm. I always had this moment to look forward to.
Good. Makes a lot of noise, doesn't it?
Well, its name is Kit.
Kit, huh? You sure he's all right, honey? He's not sick or anything?
Well, of course not. He's hungry.
Oh. What do you feed him?
Really, darling, and you a college man?
Oh, Cicely, if you only knew what this means to me.
To me, too. But, Chris...
Yes?
Chris, your job, I mean...
Oh, forget it, darling. I'll find another.
Mr. Carteret, it isn't easy for me to come here and beg you to put Chris to work, but it's been months since he's had a job, just because he failed you once.
You know, it's funny. Mrs. Tyler, all the newspapermen's wives I've ever known want to get their husbands out of the business. Why should you want to get yours back in?
Because it's his life, Mr. Carteret. Because I want Chris to do the work he's meant for. The last few months he's been drying up, dying inside, and trying to hide it from me. Coming home tired and discouraged and managing somehow to run up the stairs just to prove he's not. Oh, well, can't you see what it does to me?
It just happens I've got one spot open.
Then you take him back.
You know what you're doing, of course.
Of course.
Russia's a long way off.
Russia?
Russia. Siberia, the Far East. There'll be months when he's off in the interior. You won't hear from him. You won't even know where he is. Want me to forget it?
No.
Jennings says the play's good for a year, Cicely. He thinks you're going straight to the top, and then... Hey, you're not even listening.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tommy. This Russian item in the paper. Chris made the front page again.
Cicely, we ought to call you Cinderella. In 2 years, the toast of New York. $1,500 a week, a home in Connecticut. Everything a girl would want.
Almost, Tommy.
You're happy, aren't you?
Happy and a little scared. Mr. Carteret phoned today. Chris is coming home on vacation.
Is that anything to be scared about?
Tommy, suppose he's changed. Suppose we've both changed. What then?
Sorry I was late, Cicely. Carteret kept me. These trains to Connecticut don't run every 2 minutes, you know.
That's all right, Chris. A few hours don't make any difference after 4 years.
No, I suppose not.
Do you like the place, Chris?
Oh, yes, it's very nice.
Well, our old place got so crowded and Kit needed the countryside.
Sure, I understand.
Isn't Kit a big strapping fellow for his age?
Certainly is.
Oh, you should see his pony.
Pony?
Oh, yes, he rides every morning. Tomorrow you two can... If you've made other plans, of course.
Why, I did plan to see Carteret in the morning. I suppose there's a train back tonight?
Yes, there's one that gets you in about 11.
Well, that's fine. Look here, Cicely. I want you to know that, well, naturally, I realize you've been living your own life, and, well, I want you to know that I realize it. Well, what I'm trying to say is, I don't expect anything of you.
That's very fair of you, Chris. I don't want you to feel that I expect anything of you either. Another brandy?
Thanks. Thanks.
Well, how was China?
Oh, inspiring. They'll lick the tar out of those Japs before they're through. What about you, Cicely?
Me? Oh, a very good year, that's all. The play just closed last week.
I'm asking about you.
Oh, I've had kids.
I know, but well, how much comfort can a small child be to a lovely woman on her own, with days and evenings to fill?
Enormous comfort. If it hadn't been for Kit, I might not have been so jealously faithful.
Cicely. I'd made up my mind I wouldn't ask, and it's a complete waste of youth for anyone as made for kisses as you. And I've never been so glad to hear anything in my life. Well,
Chris.
Guess it's time to shove off again. Trains don't wait, you know.
I know. Yonkers, Harmon, Poughkeepsie, all aboard.
You almost went back to college, remember?
I'll never forget.
Nor I.
Chris.
Yes, dear.
Chris, what would happen if you didn't take this train?
I don't know, Cicely. Shall we find out?
The curtain falls on Act One of the Lady Esther Screen Guild Players, and the lights go on. How does your skin look in the glare of bright lights? Are you proud of it? Would you like to improve it, beautify its tone and texture? Then listen to this message from Lady Esther.
If your skin could speak, it would say, "Please remove those dry flakes I'm trying to throw off. Those tiny dry particles that clog my pore openings, remove them, and I'll show you a radiantly new skin underneath. A skin that's younger looking, that could make a difference of 10 years in your appearance." You see, those innocent flakes are the cause of plenty of trouble. They clog the tiny pore openings. They deaden the tone and texture of your skin. Worst of all, they completely ruin the effect of your face powder. For powder just can't cling to a flaky skin. It ruffles up, looks patchy and uneven. But you can remove those stubborn, clinging flakes gently and completely with Lady Esther Four-Purpose Face Cream. A single application of Lady Esther Face Cream leaves your skin so smooth and fresh, so free of dry, flaky particles, that when you apply your face powder, the effect is truly exciting. The years seem to have slipped away. Your skin has taken on a new translucence and clarity. It looks so much younger, so much lovelier. And you can prove all this in 30 seconds with a patch test. Just rub Lady Esther Face Cream on one side of your face. Wipe it off thoroughly. Then compare that side of your face with the other. Run your fingers over it. Feel how the dry, rough flakes are now gone, how smooth and silky that patch of skin has become. Then apply your powder and see the difference. See the fascinating new tone and texture of your skin. It's so easy to convince yourself. Make the Lady Esther patch test tonight if you can, and see with your own eyes that there is a difference in face creams, a big difference. You can get a jar of Lady Esther Four-Purpose Face Cream wherever good cosmetics are sold.
And now, Lady Esther presents the second act of Next Time We Love, starring Joan Fontaine and Robert Cummings. Well, Chris didn't take the train that night, or the next night either. He and Cicely had 3 wonderful weeks together. 3 weeks. And then Chris went back to his post in Europe, Cicely to her work on the stage. Through the next 5 years, they scarcely saw each other. But the letters they wrote were filled with their love. Until toward the end, Chris's letters came less and less often. And then, without any explanation, they stopped. Only one person knew the reason for that. The man who at the moment is seated with Chris at a cafe table in a little Swiss town.
Hard to imagine you on a vacation, Mr. Carteret.
Oh, it's not altogether a vacation, Chris. I wanted to see for myself what was doing in Europe.
Well, it's darn nice of you to come all the way to Switzerland to look in on me.
Yes. You know, when I got your letter, I was suspicious. Now that I've seen you, I'm positive. Of what are you going to die, Chris?
What makes you think I'm going to die?
You took such pains to explain why you were resigning. When a man writes, I've fulfilled this and that small request and a lot of other such things, that man has made his will, too.
All right, then. The germs in China are as unclassified as the people.
Which ones have you collected?
Oh, the doctors don't seem to know, but they have no doubt of what they're doing to me.
Is that why they sent you to Switzerland?
Yeah. They think it'll prolong things. I can never tell when I'm going to have an attack. Almost any emotional strain will bring one on.
What about your wife?
Oh, I wrote to her, asked for a divorce.
I see. She going to give it to you?
I don't know. I got a cable this morning. She's coming over.
She's downstairs here, Tyler. She
yes.
comes up now.
I think everything's in order, Otto. No, take that medicine bottle with you. Go out the back way.
Jawohl.
That's that, I guess. Come in.
Hello, Chris.
Cicely. Well, I didn't know you'd arrived.
Sorry to surprise you. I motored up.
Well, sit down, won't you? Gosh, you're looking marvelous.
Thank you. Now let me take a look at you. Chris, you seem so...
How's Kit?
Oh, fine. He's spending the summer at Tommy's country place.
Well, that ought to be fun for him.
Chris, you look terribly tired.
Well, I've been working rather hard on the book. It's beginning to get underway now.
Oh, that's good. Tell me about it.
Oh, it's that novel I always swore I'd never write. Here, would you like some tea? Something to drink, maybe?
No, thanks.
Anything at all?
Perhaps a little information. Chris, in your letter you asked if I wanted a divorce.
Yes. Well, naturally, you can't go on like this, half married and half not married.
No, I suppose not. It isn't just because of your book that you're staying away, is it?
No.
I didn't think it was, but I had to be sure. What is it, Chris?
Well, I don't know how to explain it. It's just that one day I realized I'd stopped thinking of you for quite a long time. Those things seem to happen, you know.
Yes. That seems a fairly complete explanation. Why didn't you say that in your letter?
I thought you'd guess. How's Tommy?
He's fine.
Still in love with you?
Yes.
Oh, I'm glad. I like to think that Tommy will still be I mean, if you ever need anyone to take care of you.
Yes, well, he asked me to marry him.
Marry him? It might be a very good thing for you, after the rotten time you've had with me.
Chris, did I ever say anything about a rotten time?
Well, I guess we've been happy enough when we've been together, but it hasn't been enough for a lifetime.
Not for me, Chris. Wasn't it for you? Well, there doesn't seem much more to say or any reason to say it. Maybe next time we live, we'll have time for each other.
Oh, look, Cicely, I'm afraid I've explained things very badly. It isn't that I don't love you anymore. It's just the way that I love you that's changed. I want you to believe that You've always been, still are, the very substance, the core and heart of my life. You've kept me from so many second-rate, so many shabby things.
And I'm sure I'd rather have gone another 10 years, another 20 years with you, meeting just when we could, and have spent all my life with anybody else in the world. Isn't it a pity that it should all be wasted?
I think perhaps you better be going.
You mean that? You mean we aren't even friends?
We've gotten beyond that, I'm afraid.
Chris, there's something you aren't telling me. What is it?
Nothing.
There is something. I don't know why, but you're hiding something from me.
There's nothing, I tell you.
Why, I know there's something hurting you.
Cicely, I can't stand here talking about nothing.
Oh, Chris, that isn't you talking. It isn't. You can't make me believe you, not even when you tell me you don't love me. You never make me believe that. That couldn't happen to either of us.
It's happened to me. Will you go now, please? I can't explain anymore. I just want you to leave.
Not this way, no.
Cicely, I can't.
Chris! 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 Chris!
Sorry.
Oh, Chris, why didn't you tell me? Oh, what can I do?
Raw right hand coat pocket. Little tin box.
Yes, I've got it, dear.
Break the capsule. Hold it to my nose. Here.
Here, darling. Breathe deeply now. Deeply. Oh, my dear, why couldn't I have guessed?
I think the worst is over now.
Is it bad, darling?
Sort of.
Oh, I've been such a fool. Such a blind, stupid fool. But I won't be, Chris. Not anymore. We'll never be parted again. Never. Not any further from each other than we are right now.
Cicely.
Tell me, Chris. Say it again.
I love you, Cicely. I've always loved you. I always will. Until I'm 101.
And I'm 99.
Thank you, Robert Cummings and Joan Fontaine, for a deeply moving story. Believe me, we will all remember your performances for a long, long time.
Well, Mr. Bradley, we won't forget being here tonight either. An appearance with the Lady Esther Screen Guild Players is always one of the highlights of the year for us, because we all know the magnificent work being done by the Motion Picture Relief Fund in its country house. We know that work is made largely possible by these programs, and we consider it a privilege to share in it. Now, before we tell you about next week's Lady Esther Screen Guild show, here is a word from one of America's foremost beauty authorities, Lady Esther.
Thank you, Miss Fontaine. Ladies, do you know why I keep asking you to make the patch test? Because it absolutely proves every claim I make for Lady Esther face cream. The patch test takes only 30 seconds, half a minute. But it tells you more in that half a minute than I could say in an hour. All you do is rub Lady Esther face cream on one side of your face and wipe it off. Wipe it off completely, as the dry flakes are absorbed by the cream and are removed with it. Then run your fingers over that part of your face. Feel the difference. Feel how smooth and silky it is to your touch. Apply powder and see the difference. See the life and color your skin takes on. The new translucent beauty. And here's the reason. Lady Esther face cream does all the 4 things your skin needs most. 1, it thoroughly cleans your skin in a gentle, soothing way. 2, it softens your skin. 3, it helps nature refine the pores. And 4, it leaves a smooth, perfect base for powder. You can prove all this in just 30 seconds with the patch test. So get a jar of Lady Esther face cream tonight if possible, and make the patch test that has thrilled and convinced so many women. Remember, beautiful women all over the country use only this 1 famous cream, Lady Esther 4-Purpose Face Cream.
4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream. 4-Purpose Face Cream.
Next week, the Lady Esther Screen Guild players will present The Princess and the Pirate. It will star Virginia Mayo and Bob Hope. Be sure to listen. Joan Fontaine appeared through the courtesy of David O. Selznick and can soon be seen in the Hal Wallace production, The Affairs of Susan. Robert Cummings is currently working in the Hal Wallace production, You Came Along, both Paramount Pictures. Our sincere thanks to Ursula Parrott for the privilege of presenting Next Time We Love, and also to Universal Pictures, whose current production is the Technicolor picture, Sudan. Music on tonight's program was arranged and conducted by Wilbur Hatch. You save enough on the largest size jar of Lady Esther face cream to buy a box of Lady Esther face powder. So remember, ask for the largest size. This is Truman Bradley speaking for Lady Esther, saying thank you and good night. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Lady Esther presents the Screen Guild Players. The Lady Esther Screen Guild play tonight, The Princess and the Pirate. The starring players.
This is Virginia Mayo.
And this is Bob Hope. Tonight, Lady Esther presents the Screen Guild players in the season's most hilarious screen comedy, Samuel Goldwyn's The Princess and the Pirate. It stars Bob Hope and Virginia Mayo in their original roles. The Lady Esther Screen Guild players in The Princess and the Pirate. This is the tale of the most bloodthirsty buccaneer who ever sailed the seven seas. The terror of the ocean lanes. He feared no creature living or dead.
That's not me, folks. I come in later. I play a coward.
This is also the tale of the Princess Margaret, who has fled incognito from her father's realm because she loves a common man. Fair is the princess and very beautiful. The bluest eyes, the blondest hair.
Sounds like a type that might catch on.
Now look, Hope, do you intend to keep on talking?
What do you want on the radio, a striptease?
Okay, take it, Bud. I'm going out for a ham sandwich.
Stick around. I might take a cut at myself. How do you like that? Now I have to do my own build-up. It's terrible. It's awful. It's what a chance to ad lib. You see, I play the part of Sylvester the Great. I'm an actor. Spy from Petrillo, huh? The critic in the orchestra. As I was saying, I'm an actor. I have an act. I'm a quick change artist. You know, a Gypsy Rose Lee without zippers. I do 7 characters. And when the story opens, I'm on this sailing ship. I couldn't get priorities then either. I'm taking the act to America. You know America, that's a refueling stop for Eleanor. And I have no idea the princess is on board. I have no idea she's even a princess. In fact, I have no ideas. Then I get a look at her. The part, yes, sir, I get a look at her, yes, sir. I'll do this for nothing anytime. I get a look at her. And so, one afternoon All right, I'll hurry. Don't stare at me. I know. I hate those producers that stare at you when you... And so one afternoon, I'm in my cabin rehearsing my act, the part where I've got a sword sticking in me and I'm yelling, I'm done for, this is the end. Oh, this is terrible, to die like an hors d'oeuvre. What a horrible nightmare.
I beg your pardon.
My dreams are getting better all the time. don't be frightened. This sword doesn't really go through me. I'm just pretending to be a Japanese admiral. I'm dying. You don't want it. I won't wait. I'm dying. I died there, didn't I? A joke died with me. I'm dying. Dying. I'm dead.
Not quite enough. I'd like to talk to you about it.
Oh, of course. Just wait till I take off this putty nose. Ouch, it's my own. Fools everybody.
Mr. Sylvester, if you don't mind...
Now, wait, don't go. I'm just getting warmed up. Wait till you see the quick change I do now. It's unbelievable. I just get behind the screen. Wrong screen. That's a lie. That's the wrong screen. I'll duck behind this one over here there. Now, look, ma'am, how do you like me as an old gypsy woman?
Gypsy woman with a beard?
Oh, the beard, that's just a hangover from another character. Hangs pretty low, too.
Well, you've quite an act, Mr. Sylvester the Great, but just the same.
Thanks. I'm glad you appreciate it, not like that weasel next door. Mind you, we just sent the captain in to tell me to pipe down.
Well, the captain hasn't had much success. I see you haven't piped.
No, and I'm not gonna. You know what I did? I just busted into that cabin next door and poked him right in the snoot. What's the matter? Don't you believe me?
Not altogether. I'm the weasel next door.
Yeah, but... Oh, shake hands with an eager beaver.
If you'll excuse me, I'm going up and sit on deck.
Sit on deck? That's silly. Don't they have any chairs in this ship? Hey, wait for me.
What is it now?
I want to show you my press clippings. Here's one from the Leningrad Pravda.
Why, it's in Russian.
Sure. Novatnya, ya great Sylvester, vas quechma lublia, ya stinks. In Russian, that's a great compliment. It means I'm a schlemiel.
You seem to have done quite a lot of traveling.
Yes, with an act like mine, it's safer. I've been every place. The Indies, Europe, Africa, Australia. I'll get a pack of cigarettes yet. You should have seen the show I did on the road to Morocco.
Were you good?
Good. I'd have been sensational, only some broken-down crooner with an Oscar kept crabbing my act.
What became of him?
Oh, he's got an act of his own now. It's sort of a stork derby.
Sail ho, off the starboard bow.
Look, a sail.
Huh?
I don't like this. It might be the hook.
The hook? I wasn't even doing my act.
The hook is a pirate. The hook is a pirate.
So what?
In place of his right hand, he has an iron hook.
So what?
And he can kill a man with one blow.
So what?
Sylvester, do you know how to use that pistol?
This pistol, sure. Where do I get it on my belt? Well, I've still got 9 toes left.
Pirate ship approaching, coming into board.
Oh, it is the hook. That's his ship.
How do you know? Old buddy of yours?
By the flag. You know what that skull and crossbones stands for, don't you?
Yeah, Frank Sinatra. Well, don't stand there. Get me a lifeboat. You make me walk the plank. I'll get my scrapbook wet.
Sylvester, hiding behind me like that. For shame. The brave die only once. The timid die 1,000 deaths.
Yeah, well, get me an adding machine.
Sylvester, are you a coward?
Of course not. I'll fight up to a certain point. So long, that's the point.
All hands on deck! All hands on deck! Hey, where are you going?
Deal me out.
You mean you're leaving now?
Can't you see that Wilbur Hatch is ready to play? By the time that orchestra's through, the ship will be sunk. We'll all be on the pirate's boat, and I'll be disguised as an old gypsy dame. Ain't radio wonderful, Tell me, miss, how do I look in this gypsy outfit? Is my sweater too tight?
Sylvester, you should be ashamed of yourself in that disguise. Why don't you die like a man?
Because I'd rather live like a woman.
I told you, Pedro, there she is.
No, I'm not so sure.
This is our little jewel, Pedro. Fetch her to my cabin.
No! Let me go. Tell this filthy cutthroat to take his hands off me.
Never fear, madam. I'll help you.
Do you see this gun?
Well, I'll help you.
Come along now. Come along.
Just a minute. I dare anybody to touch her. Just touch her.
Here, I touch her. What about it?
Soft, isn't she?
Who brought this old hag on board? She won't pitch a farthing in the slave market. Slit her gullet and toss her to the sharks. Not even pirates want a woman that's ugly.
What a sneaky way to do a commercial. me. Fellas! Take it easy. I might be your mother.
Come on! Wait, man. Old hag, have you any last wish before you die?
Yes!
What is it?
Just let me run through the rest of the script. I want to see how this comes out.
Captain Hook, wait.
What is it, Pegleg?
Oh, please, Captain, let me have this winch for myself. Everybody on board always gets something, but I never get anything.
Now, what do you say, my lads? Shall we give the old hag to the toothless one?
Toothless one? Can I interest you in a tube of Pepsodent?
Well, let it never be said that the Hook's not generous. Take her, Pegleg, but when you sober up, I'll warrant you'll regret it.
This guy should be in the audience. What if...
Come along, little...
Good night, boy. Where are we?
Come along, little gypsy. Come with me. Come along.
Come along. Yes, you said that. Yes. All right. This is the fattest. Wait a minute. Wait for my ride. The producer just left to look for another job. I'll go with...
Now, my little gypsy sweetheart, we're all alone, just the two of us.
Wait a minute, I'll give you Gravel Gertie's phone numbers. You know your type. Aren't you rushing things a bit, Peggy? Oh, I forgot, you're a sailor. Say, couldn't we be just engaged for a while? I want you to respect me.
And I want you to take off that wig.
My wig? I ain't wearing a wig.
All right, I'll take it off myself.
You know, I look better without a forehead.
Just as I thought, you're a man.
Oh, don't be silly. These aren't muscles. I've just been taking lumpy vitamins.
For 10 years, they beat me and kicked me, but now I'm going to get my revenge. They've treated me like a dog, a dirty dog. But now I've got you for a partner.
Oh, wait a minute. I think you've got the wrong fella.
Pay attention. Now, I'm going to help you to escape.
Escape? Tell me more, Tyrone.
I've stocked a dinghy, enough provisions for 10 days at sea. You and the girl will follow the course I've charted for you, and you'll come to the island of Casa Rouge.
Casa Rouge? Let's hurry. Maybe we can beat Humphrey Bogart to it.
Wait for me there with this map. It's the key to buried treasure worth many millions. I stole it from the Hook, but once you've escaped, you'll think you stole it.
Yeah, but what's the idea of waving that knife around?
We're going to sign a pact in blood.
Huh?
My knife, your blood.
What are you, outside man for a blood bank or something?
Ow! Ow! Blood. Now we're partners forever. And when the crew is sleeping off its drunken debauch, you will be sailing for Casa Rouge. Just you and the girl.
No, there'll be 3 of us. I'm taking along my way May West. Yes, I'll take it.
Sylvester, you were wonderful. The way you forced the cabin door and picked me up and carried me over the side of that pirate ship. How did you do it?
Oh, I see those Oriflame pictures, too, you know.
Sylvester, I owe you more than I can ever repay.
Well, don't get excited about it. I did it because I felt like a father to you. Even when you kissed me, I felt like a brother to you.
And what if I should kiss you again?
But it's every man for himself.
You really do deserve another kiss. Yes, I think I'll give you one.
Oh, don't do that. I don't go for that sort of stuff. I don't like girls getting mushy over me. How'd I get a part like this?
Sylvester.
This is sabotage, this script. I want to tell you that.
And because of love, I disobeyed my father and ran out on a marriage into one of the noblest royal families of Europe.
Oh, sure. Next thing you'll be telling me you're a princess or something.
Maybe you're right. Maybe that is the next thing I'll be telling you. Sylvester, I must confess.
Oh, no, not now.
Why not?
Well, look, we got to save something for the second act, don't we?
The second act of The Princess and the Pirate will follow in just a moment. Now, a word from Lady Esther.
Women who have used Lady Esther face cream for many years say it's still a thrill of pleasure to see the soft, young finish it gives their skin, to see the smoothness, the clear, fresh tone on which face powder looks so beautiful. That's why I ask you to make the Lady Esther patch test. I know it will tell you more in half a minute than I could tell you in half a day. To make the patch test, you just rub Lady Esther face cream on one side of your face. Then you wipe it off. Wipe it off completely, for with it come all the rough flakes, all the dry clinging particles nature is trying to throw off. Run your fingers over that patch of skin and feel the difference. Feel how smooth and silky it's become to your touch. Now, apply powder and see the difference. See the smoothness, the clarity, the new young look. I hope you'll make the patch test and see and feel this difference for yourself. Compare the results with those from any other face cream, regardless of price. Then you'll know why so many women call Lady Esther face cream the most beautifying cream they've ever used. You'll see the fascinating results on your own skin in your own mirror. Remember, the patch test takes only 30 seconds, half a minute. Make this exciting and convincing test tonight if you possibly can. You'll find Lady Esther four-purpose face cream wherever good cosmetics are sold.
And now, the Lady Esther Screen Guild players in the second act of The Princess and the Pirate, starring Bob Hope and Virginia Mayo.
Sylvester, we made it. We're here. 8 days in that boat. Now we're here in Casa Rouge.
Am I glad? Where am I?
Sylvester, those were shots.
Oh, it's nothing. Probably the 4th of July. Some celebration.
Oh, this hard place. But we must stay here till Pegleg comes. And we don't even know if he'll get here.
Oh, now take it easy. It'll all work out. It's got to work out. Pretty soon, too. After all, this is just a half-hour program.
We have no money and no place to stay and nothing to eat. We'll have to get jobs.
I wonder if Lockheed has a branch here. Hey, Marty, get a load of this. It's an advertisement. Casa Rouge's most refined salon. 5 acts of eating vaudeville, including ye Golden Girls. Also beer sold after curfew. Must be run by LaGuardia.
Bucket of blood.
Yeah, the bucket of blood. Just what we've been looking for. I'll wait in there and get a job.
Do you think they'll hire you?
Sure, it'll be easy. They've probably heard of me, and if they haven't, it'll even be easier.
Sylvester, what salary are you going to ask
Well,
for?
they'll pay me what I'm worth, or they'll pay me nothing.
Sylvester, quit repeating yourself.
All right. I'll make them pay me in money. Come on, let's go. Now, you just stand right here in the wings, and when I introduce you, you come out.
Tell me again, what do I do?
Well, I go first, then you go second. On second thought, you go first.
I thought you had red blood in your veins.
I have, but right now my plasma has asthma. Oh, you hear that? They sure want me. Listen, the owner's going to introduce me.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a special treat, an artist of talent, wit, personality, charm, good looks, and...
Well, why does he stop?
He can't read my writing. I better get out of there fast. Well, here I am, folks. Sylvester the Great, the man of 7 faces.
Let's see the other 6!
Who said that?
I did, you sniveling baboon! What about that?
Did anyone ever tell you you had a nice speaking voice? An impersonation. Now, wait a minute, fellas. This is going too far. I don't mind people throwing ripe tomatoes, but when...
How do you like that one?
See, I told you I didn't mind. Now, another impersonation.
We don't like impersonation.
Say, I got a joke for you folks. Stop me if you've heard it. Two Irishmen, Pat and Mike, were standing in front of a cigar. You've heard it.
We don't like actors who tell jokes.
Introducing Sylvester the Great, greatest soft shoe dancer.
We don't like actors who dance.
What kind of actors do you like?
Actors.
Hey, Margaret, that's your cue.
Now, Sylvester?
Now. See? I always get a hand like that when I go off. Hey, Margaret. Margaret, open up. We're a success. The act went over big. They just voted me target for the night. Margaret. Margaret, are you in there? What's the matter?
What has happened to Margaret? Has she been kidnapped by a man named LaRoche? Will Bob Hope go to the governor's palace to complain? For the exciting answers to these dramatic problems, tune in on our next scene and find out.
You wish to see me, citizen?
I sure do, Gov. I've got a complaint.
Your name?
Sylvester.
Your last name?
Crosby. No relation to Cheddarhead.
Your complaint. Speak up, citizen.
Well, you may not believe this, but a big, fat, ugly, greasy slob comes into the bucket of blood tonight and runs off with my dame. I want you to do something. A rat like LaRoche isn't fit to associate with human beings.
I am LaRoche.
That's what I said. He's a very nice fellow when you get to know him.
You think so?
No hard feelings, Gov, so you took a fancy to a girl. Everybody likes a pretty face. I like a pretty face myself. That's what sells Esquire. It says here.
How interesting. Tell me precisely what is your interest in the princess.
This guy hasn't been around much, has he? Well, Governor, she's part of... Princess?
The Princess Margaret, who has run out on a royal match to marry a commoner.
She was? I mean, she did?
Yes, she ran off with a vaudevillian. Was captured by pirates. Or is this boring you?
A little, but it's great for the people who tune in late.
I shall hold her for a ransom of 1,000,000 doubloons.
1,000,000 doubloons? How much is that in singloons?
And you. So you are the commoner she loves.
Well, can I help it if a princess loses her head over me? It's a common occurrence now that I queen with Lady Hector.
As a matter of fact, you are quite likely to lose your head over her.
Oh, you wouldn't do that. I'm so young. Not my head. Why, I've hardly ever used it.
Out of my way, swine! Out of my way!
Why, it's the hoop.
LaRoche, I bear ill tidings concerning our treasure.
What do you mean? You buried it as I instructed you, did you not?
Aye, but it cannot be found without a map I made.
And the map?
Blast me for a blundering fool. It was stolen by an old hag of a gypsy who escaped from my ship. But I found her boat in the harbor of Casa Rouge. That means she's here, right under our very noses.
We'll root her out, Captain. I'll have the town ransacked from top to bottom. And if she has the map, she'll be tortured and hung.
Oh, if you gentlemen will excuse me, please. I want to see a gentleman outside.
Who?
Me. Toodaloo.
But, Sylvester, how did you find the room where they've kept me prisoner?
Well, I've got a private wire to Dunninger. Margaret, we got to get rid of this map that Pegleg gave me. I'm going to tear it up.
But they might find the pieces and then they'd hang you anyway.
All right, so I'll burn it.
But they might smell smoke and find the ashes.
Well, there's only one way. We got to eat it. Here. Just happens I'm hungry, too. Here, Margaret. Here, Margaret. Here. Come on. Here, have a piece of the red meat. Here.
No, thanks. I'll stick to the white meat.
Yeah. You have a drumstick? Saving that for Gene Krupa. There. Hey, it's not bad. Say, you think my mother could have been frightened by a goat?
Sylvester, listen, those shots.
There must be another actor in town.
Oh, no. No, look out the window. Those sailors. Why, they're the Royal Navy. They must have followed the hook to Casa Rouge. They'll find us and take us to my father's ship. Oh, Sylvester, what a glorious end to our adventure.
If any of you don't understand this, it serves you right for not seeing the picture.
Father. Oh, Father, thank heaven you came in time.
My only concern was for your safety, Margaret. And now when we return to our home...
You mean I must go back and marry the Duke?
Oh, my child, I have learned the futility of imposing my will upon yours. Marry whom you wish with my blessing.
Oh, Father, you'll not regret this. I love him, though he's but a commoner, a humble servant of your majesty.
That's right, I'm your servant, and you won't find anybody commoner than I am.
Father, this is Sylvester. Sylvester, the king.
Oh, glad to know you. Didn't I meet you in a royal flush somewhere?
Darling, you are my life. You're my seconds, my minutes, my hours.
What am I, a man or a Bolivar?
No, I don't mean you. You're not the man I love.
What? After a half-hour build-up, you give me the brush? Who is this man?
Here he comes now. Sweetheart.
Oh, no. You mean I'm getting the brush for a brush? Kelowna, what are you doing with that girl in your arms? What are you up to? What's the matter? You crazy or something?
Thank you, Bob Hope and Virginia Mayo and Jerry Kelowna.
Nothing at all. Call us.
And we hope you'll be on deck for the Lady Esther Screen Guild Players soon again.
Well, Mr. Bradley, we couldn't imagine a more delightful voyage. These radio programs contribute so much to the Motion Picture Relief Fund and its country house. And so an invitation to appear with the Lady Esther Screen Guild Players becomes a privilege indeed. And now, before we tell you about next week's show, here's a word from one of America's foremost beauty authorities, Lady Esther.
Thank you, Miss Mayo. Ladies, what can be more convincing than the proof you see with your own eyes, the proof you feel with your own fingertips? And that's exactly the proof I'll offer you in my 30-second patch test. Proof that Lady Esther Face Cream is the most beautifying cream you've ever used, regardless of price. The patch test takes only 30 seconds, half a minute. Here's all you do. Rub Lady Esther Face Cream on one side of your face. Wipe it off completely. Where the dry little flakes nature is trying to throw off are absorbed by the cream and removed with it. Run your fingertips over that patch of skin. Feel how smooth and silky it now is. Then apply face powder and see the difference. See how the dull, drab look is gone, how your skin has taken on new life, new beauty. You see, Lady Esther Face Cream does all the 4 things your skin needs most. 1, it thoroughly cleans your skin in a gentle and soothing way. 2, it softens your skin, removes the dry, clinging flakes. 3, it helps nature refine the pores. And 4, it leaves a smooth, perfect base for powder. Make the Lady Esther patch test tonight if you can, and compare results with those you get from any other cream. You'll find Lady Esther Four-Purpose Face Cream wherever good cosmetics are sold.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here once again is Bob Hope.
Thank you very much, Truman. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I want to tell you that it's really been a great thrill to appear tonight with Miss Mayo and all of these wonderful actors here of AFRA, our representative. Hello, man. And I want to especially thank good old Jerry Kelowna for appearing in the thing. I think that we owe a vote of thanks to Sam Goldwyn for the script. And I want to tell you, I was just kidding when I kidded Bing about his Oscar. I didn't mean that at all. You know, I'm not a bit jealous, honestly. I mean, I think a fellow that's tried for 50 or 60 years also. No, I really mean it, and it's great. And I happen to know that the next morning he took it down to the stable and showed it to his horse and said, "See, fellas, this is what I mean."
Lady Esther Screen Guild Players will present This Gun for Hire. It will star Veronica Lake and Alan Ladd. Feature of the record. Virginia Mayo and Bob Hope can currently be seen in Samuel Goldwyn's The Princess and the Pirate. Bob Hope and Jerry Colonna appear through the courtesy of the Pepsodent Company, who also have a program on the radio. Music on tonight's program was arranged and conducted by Wilbur Hatch. You save enough on the largest size jar of Lady Esther face cream to buy a box of Lady Esther face powder. So remember, ask for the largest size. This is Truman Bradley speaking for Lady Esther, saying thank you and good night all. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.